So first of all, we have two sides of our equation. We have 5 plus x is less than or equal to 7. We want to do the opposite operation just like we've done before.
Subtract 5, right?
Subtract 5 from both sides. Let's cancel out. We have x is less than or equal to 2. So no different other than, instead of getting a single number answer, 2, we have all of the x's less than 2. 2, 1, 0, negative 1, as far as we want to go. So when we come over to our graph, just like we did the other day, we want to label our graph where we have 2 in the middle. Then if it's less than or equal to, do we want an open circle or a closed circle? Closed circle. So we want a closed circle on 2. And then we can compare. If this is what we're looking for, if that's what we're looking for, we need to say which one works. 1 or 3? 1. So we want to shade this direction. Because we want all of the x's less than or equal to 2. So same ideas that you've done, just adding that part that we have a whole section of numbers, not just one number. Same idea here, we have two sides of our equation. If you have 8 plus 3x is less than or equal to 2x minus 9. You want all your letters together. So we want to move this one. This is a mistake a lot of you made earlier. We don't look at the negative 9, we just look at the 2x.
Subtracted.
Right, it's positive. So I want to take it away from both sides. So we have 8 plus 1x is less than or equal to negative 9. This is another big area of concern. If that's minus, that means that's a negative number. It has to stay with it. Well, here we have a combination of numbers and letters. One of them needs to move. 8, because if we move x, it's not accomplishing anything. We want to combine the numbers together. Well, it's positive, so we're going to take it away from both sides. So we have 1x is less than or equal to what?
Negative 17.
Negative 17. If you were thinking 1 or negative 1, you need to put those in your calculator and check them. Because negative 9 minus 8 is negative 17. So we come over to our number line. Here's negative 17. We've had some trouble with this earlier. If we have this, and you want all of the x's less than negative 17, which one of these is less? Negative 18 or negative 16?
Negative 18.
Because good, we want to go that way. If that confused you, think about if you turn your number line up this way, you have a temperature gauge. The farther you go down in negative numbers, the numbers look like they're getting bigger, but with the negative in front of them, they're actually getting smaller. So we want a closed circle on 17, and this is the one that we want to go toward. So we want to go smaller. Okay, the next one, same idea. This one was missed a lot on the quiz. It was one of the last questions that we had. Look at this side. What can we put together here? 9 and the 2. 9 minus 2 is 7. On this side, you have parentheses. How do we get rid of parentheses? Distributive property. We need to multiply 2x minus 6. There are a lot of issues with not multiplying both numbers or not multiplying with the sign correctly. Michael, do you know anything to write with? When would be the time to ask? So if we have 7 plus 5x on one side, 2x minus 6 on the other,
subtract,
we want to take away the 2x. And be sure you don't lose your negative sign. Gotta be negative 6. Do we want to move 7 or 3? 7. Because if you move 3, you can't combine the x with a single number. So we want to take away 7. So we end up, those cancel out. We have 3x is less than or equal to, what number? 13. So that's what says that 3. We have negative 4 on one back. For the calculator, it's going to be negative 4.33333 repeating. Okay, which is negative, which is 1 back. So my number line here, if I have negative 3, negative 4, negative 5. What two numbers is negative 4 and a third going to be between? No. Think about it. You're coming this
4
way.
and 3.
You go to 4, but then you go a little bit farther.
negative, between 4 and 5.
So no, you're right there. And then you want everything that's less, which we've already talked about. We're going this way. Okay, this one was another issue. With negative 18 on one side, you have 6x plus 24 on the other. We're going to start up there. You can make, and it's going to have to be subtracted. You don't want to move 18, that's not going to accomplish anything. We have a negative 18 minus 24. You're going to use calculator, it's exactly the way you put it in there. What is negative 18 minus 24? So we have negative 22.
She gave you some medicine. So
Divide both sides by 6, and we end up with x is greater than or equal to negative 7. Now, that up the top says be sure that you have the letter on the left side. Well, here it's on the right side. We can rewrite this way. But as far as to graph it, it doesn't matter which way that it is. We're going to start with negative 7 in the center of our graph. And then we're going to close circle. Do you want the x's less than 7 or greater than 7, negative 7? Greater. Because this is open to the x. So we want the ones that are bigger. Whether it's written this way or this way. If I put numbers in here, negative 6, negative 8, this one is the one that's bigger. So we want to shade this direction. These are greater. At the bottom it tells you about testing and checking whether or not it's correct. That's what we're doing. When we check a number and we say which one works, that's what we're doing. Because here, that didn't work, so we went toward the 6. Okay, the last one that's an example here is the big change that we have to be careful about when you're dealing with inequalities. This is the main difference. Right down here below, highlight, underline, something. When you multiply or divide by a negative number, the inequality sign will turn around. We're going to solve the same way. Subtract 5 from both sides. We have negative 4x is less than or equal to 20. Divide both sides by negative 4. Over here we have x, and over here we have negative 5. The difference is that we have to change our inequality sign because I divided by a negative. So instead of less than or equal to, we want greater than or equal to. So we have to switch this inequality sign. Whenever the number in front of x is negative, switch the sign. Now the best way I can tell you why you do that, there's some mathematical reasons why, but the best way to show you is with a counterexample. If I switch it correctly, like this, and I put it on the graph, here's negative 5, negative 4, negative 6, and put a closed circle on 5, and I want everything greater, so I go this way. Great, if I check this, and I say, okay, well negative 4 is greater, so I'm going to check it. Is 5 minus 4 times 4, negative 4, less than or equal to 25? Well, this is 16, plus 5 is 21. Is that true? Yes, 21 is less than or equal to 25. That's a true statement. Now, if you didn't switch it, if you left this, I'm going to write it down here. If you left it this way, okay, well, if we pick a number less than or equal to negative 5, like say negative 8, plug it back in there and let's see. We're going to check it. Well, 5 minus 4 times negative 8 less than or equal to 25. Well, this is 32 plus 7 plus 5 is 37. Is that true? No. So, that's not true. So, we have to switch the inequality sign. We're then dividing or multiplying. And that's the same thing that we highlighted up there. Okay. So, best way to show you is with a counterexample. If we do it correctly, works out, there's no problem. If we don't, and we pick a number and we check it, it's wrong. Okay, because we didn't switch it. So we need to go back and change that. Here's not changed. Okay, so that's our